John Beltran, Dave Urich back from Powell Field and Wray, where the Beat Diggers lead the Eagles 17-14, 7:53 to go in the second quarter. They were down 14-3. Then Joe Rosenbrock responded with an 86-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and then after stopping Wray, an 80-yard punt return for a score. Amazing, Dave.
I'm just so happy for Joe because if you say good things happen to good people, here's a kid that gets great grades and just works his tail off all the time, and look how it's paying off for him.
And this one is squibbed by Cardenas. The ball is loose at the 32, but pounced on by an Eagle. Austin Reed, the sophomore, fell on top of it. And that's where the Eagles start with 7:51 to go before the break. And what a game so far. Hopefully, all of this momentum can completely transfer over to the Brush defense and even some to the offense, because the Brush defense obviously did their job on Ray's third possession, but Wray was very good on their first two.
And we need that momentum change right now before they get down to about the 50 and have to punt the ball and give us poor field position. We need it right away.
First and 10 for the Eagles at the 32. The pass out in the left flat, caught by Cure towards the sideline, breaks the tackle at the 35. Now he's down the sideline by himself at the 40, down to the 45. Cure by himself, and he's going to score. One missed tackle, and Cure goes the distance, 68 yards. And the Eagles are back out on top, 20-17. What is going on?
And like you said, just one missed tackle. Our quarterback on this side, he kind of went out there and kind of dove in there to grab his feet. He left his feet instead of keeping them. If he was able to keep his feet, he would have been able to just stay with him and drive him out of bounds. Instead, he kind of dove, and Shearer just sort of didn't even really stiff on him, just kind of strong-legged him and ran right past him down the sideline.
That was a 13-second drive. We've only played 4 minutes and 22 seconds of the second quarter, and it was 7-3 after one. Extra point by Brower is up, and that one is inside the right upright. 7:38 to go before the break. Wray 21, Brush 17 on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com. The highest scoring game in this series was in 2002 when Dave was here with my colleague Pat O'Rourke, and Wray won the game 58-38, a combined 96 points. 38 have been scored in the first 16 minutes and 22 seconds of the game, including 28 points in the second quarter alone, and we played just over a third of the quarter. Colin Brower to kick it off, 21-17 Wray, and this one is a short kick. It's going to be caught at the 49-yard line. Not necessarily an onside kick, but it just fluttered in the air, and it was caught by Daniel Soto.
Hey, Soto did a great job there. As the ball, it didn't quite make 10 yards. It was on about 9 yards, but it was high. It was end over end. Plenty of defenders over there to pick up that onside kick, and Soto did a good job at jumping up in the air, making the catch, coming down with it, and taking possession. I'll tell you what, that was kind of a risky call there by the Eagles to give the ball to Brush right there on the 50.
Yep, first and 10. It's on Ray's side of the 50. Wray just scored on the 68-yard pass from Brett Blossine to Jared Cure. That was mainly a run by Cure. Garcia handed off to Skylar Seawald running off left tackle, and he drives his way to around the 47-yard line. Initial penetration by Austin Willard. Let's see, do we give him 2 or 3? Let's find out where they spot the football. Gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8 with that football just shy of the 47-yard line.
He is just doing a really good job at plugging up that A gap and stopping those traps from happening and making it pretty tough going up the middle there for the fullbacks. But you know what Brush is going to do? They're just going to keep pounding that football in there, and hopefully they start to tenderize this defense enough to make it work in the fourth quarter.
Second down and 8 just shy of the Wray 47-yard line. Garcia on the bootleg right. He's going to be chased down. No blocking by the Beatdiggers. Back at the 47-yard line. He lost 6 yards. The penetration from Derek Schultz, the 6'3", 180-pound junior defensive back coming on a blitz, and that cost the Beatdiggers.
You bet. He just ran straight ahead, too. Once he saw it, there was no hesitation there. It was just 100% hustle, and he came hard, came fast, took Garcia down easily.
Third down and 14. The football is just shy of the Brush 47-yard line. The Beatdiggers have thrown, I believe, just once in this game, and that was an incomplete pass to Kukas in the end zone back in the opening quarter. Third and 14, now a flag is down. Or did a timeout get called? Yes. Timeout was called by the Beatdiggers, their second timeout. Brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland. 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland. I'm John Beltran with Dave Burek. A reminder that next Saturday, the Bee Diggers will have their next game a week from tomorrow in Greeley against University. Kickoff at 1 o'clock, Bee Digger blast-off at noon, but that will be on B106 and B106.com. Keep in mind, B106 and B106.com for the game next week between Brush and University. Full weekend of football right here on 1010. As tomorrow we'll have Colorado State against Miami of Ohio, pregame at 11:30 in the morning, kickoff at 1:30, and then off just after 2 o'clock on Sunday, the Broncos with their home opener against the Seattle Seahawks. 3rd down and 14 for the Bee Diggers. They're down to one timeout. Wray with all three. 6:12 to go, second quarter. Wray leads Brush 12-17. Down on special teams. Garcia's going to hand it off right up the gut, but a gain of only 3 for Connor Weiser. Austin Willard was the only man not fooled for Wray because that was the definition of a solo tackle. It'll be 4th down and a little bit over 10 to go. The Bee Diggers will have to punt.
The Brush had those decoys out here to the right side, but, you know, the play, it was just a dive straight ahead. There wasn't really a fake or anything that went with it, and most of the time that kind of play worked really good for Brush, but this Eagle defense is just so quick, and they come off the ball hard and make a lot of good low tackles.
Derek Schultz is back to receive inside his 10-yard line. C.J. Kukas at his own 36, awaiting the snap. It's a perfect one. Here comes the rush. It's a light one. Kukas kicking right to the middle, and it's fielded by Schultz at the 9. Stutter stepping to the 15, tries to spin out of it. Joe Rosenbrock had the initial hit, and then the tackle was made by Tanner Morrow at around the 15, the 16-yard line, they'll call it. That's a punt of 41 yards, and this is where the Bee Diggers have to respond. These big plays have killed Brush so far.
Yeah, they're going to have to start playing a little pass defense, and I don't know, it seems like as our corners back up, then they throw those hitch patterns. When they scoot up, then they start to run those fades. So, I'm sure Coach Creighton and Coach Dreitz are thinking hard about what adjustments they can make at halftime to cover that pass a little bit better.
Well, in the meantime, they got to stop them here in the opening half, down by 4. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. The deep man once again is Beckman. This will be a handoff to Beckman, running right up the gut. He's hit at the 18-yard line by Skyler Seawald. Gain of 2. Be 2nd down and 8. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. That's State Farm agent Greg Mullen.
Beckman runs hard. I'll tell you what, he's a good running back, but he hasn't hurt the Diggers. 7 carries, 24 yards, just about a little over a 3-yard average. However, Vlasine's thrown the ball 10 times for 156 yards this first half.
2nd down and 8 for the 18. Vlasine will hand it off to the deep man Beckman again, and he's not going to get around Joe Rosenbrock and the rest of the Bee Diggers. He might have gone back to the line of scrimmage, maybe half a yard, but that's it. And the Bee Digger run defense is starting to show up here. But that hasn't been the issue, like you mentioned, Dave. It's been the pass defense.
Yep, the only time Beckman's really had big runs, carries for 11, 17, and 22, actually 7, 5, and 5. Those were all on plays where it was that draw up the middle.
3rd down and 8 to go for the 18-yard line. 4:15 to go before the break. Wray leads 21-17, lining up on that right hash mark. The receiver to the right is Jones. Vlasine back to throw. Now he's going to hand it off right up the gut. And there's a hole for Beckman. 1st down across the 30. Still on his feet. And he's down to the 33. That same delay handoff, which I guess you can call a draw, but it looks different than a draw. And he picks up 15 yards. The tackle was made by C.J. Kukas. And again, the Eagles convert on 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's the play we were just talking about. The one running play that's really been effective for Wray when they've needed the big plays. And those Brush linebackers are going to have to zero in on Beckman in that situation.
I mean, Brush has got to stop Wray here. They don't stop them, and Wray receives the second half kickoff. This game could get out of hand, so this is a key series for the Bee Diggers defensively. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Vlasine is going to hand off to Willard on the left side, cuts it back towards the middle. He was down at the 35, but then he stretched his body out for an extra 2 yards as Kyle Hepner made the tackle. It's a gain of 4 for Austin Willard.
The Diggers that time on defense, they just weren't quite set. You could tell they were still moving around, and got to give credit to this Wray offense and offensive line, the way they hustle up to the line of scrimmage, and they snap the football before the defense is ready.
2nd down and 6 from the 37-yard line. Lacine is going to hand it off to the deep man, Schultz, cutting it back towards the middle. 1st down at the 45. He's inside the 50 to the 48. Another big hole. The gain of 15. Eric Garcia grabbed him around the ankles and made the tackle. But now the running game is going very strongly for Wray.
You know, I think I jinxed him even talking about it, because you're right. They're kind of running the ball at will this series.
CNC Auto Parts at 1305 Edison Street in Brush is your local Napa Auto Parts store. CNC Auto Parts. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Bee Digger 48-yard line. Vlasin is going to hand it off to Beckman, looking for a block, and he's down in the backfield. He was tackled beautifully by Shea Hansen at the 49-yard line. He was the only Bee Digger there, but he made the play. It'll be 2nd down and 13, approaching the 2:40 mark of the second.
Shea playing that strong safety position, just flew right across the line of scrimmage as Beckman tried to run sort of a sweep out there, but nothing doing. Hansen tackled him nice and low.
2nd down and 13 to go. The Eagles with the football at their own 49-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts, so they're certainly not in a hurry, especially with that passing game. Man in motion to the left is Fruworth. Lacine, a 3-step drop, heaves it over the middle. The pass is caught to the 30-yard line, down to the 20 by Brewer. At the 10, he's by himself. Touchdown, holy Mohammed. The Eagles did it again. 51 yards this time on the slant to Colin Brower from Brett Lacine, and the Eagles lead 27-17.
I'll tell you what, perfect play there by the Eagles. Brower just ran a post pattern that just settled right behind those linebackers. The linebackers weren't quite into their drop zones yet. The pass was already there as Lacine throws the bullet, and just a perfect pass and a perfect catch and run.
An 84-yard drive. It took them 3 minutes and 19 seconds, and that was the 7th play of the drive. And now Brower gets to attempt the extra point. High snap, and the kick is up. And the kick is still good. 2:06 to go before halftime. Wray has led by 11 on 2 different occasions, including now. It's Wray 28, Brush 17 on 1010 KSRR and KSRR.com.